Hey y'all, I'm James Wright, and welcome back to Wizards News. Community Day is just about to happen, and we have some last-minute news to come out, and this will change a little bit of the game plan, so let's dive in and take a look at what's going on. If you haven't watched my video about Community Day, I made an entire video dedicated to it where we go into a lot of the detail. They just put out some new information, and in this video I want to go through that and look at how that has changed the game plan, whereas most of it's the same, but there are a few things that might actually be more beneficial now. First off, I'm pulling this from the WooTubers Discord group, and if you haven't been a part of that, go down to the link down below and get a part of that. This is where all of the WooTubers hang out, and so if you want to get in touch with any of us, that is probably one of the best places, as well as a lot of the information and things that we have collated we put on here. So we got an update today from Phases, the gift horse of Wizards Unite, always bringing great news. Anytime they post something, it's like, yes, get on and read it quickly. So we have some very specific things about Community Day. Number one, they're listing out what you're going to be getting in the gift box. You're going to be getting 50 energy. It's a pretty decent amount. You'll be getting 3 runestones of 3 different levels. And then you'll also be getting 3 silver keys. And so this is probably the biggest thing in there. And they're doing this more or less just to say sorry for the problems in the last Brilliant event. So you get 3 more silver keys that you can use. So the name of the game is Wizarding Challenges. Your community days should be based around a local fortress. And the big thing about that is you're going to be getting more XP. Not only are you going to be getting Wizarding XP, but you're also going to be getting Challenge XP. And Challenge XP is what you need for your red books. Those are going to be the big bottleneck of the skill tree. So getting red books is really important. Earlier, they just said you're going to be getting more XP. And so what was that? Now they actually clarified it is Challenge XP and it is the normal Wizarding XP. They said if you are playing as a solo player just by yourself, so if you don't have anyone else around, you will still get more XP from doing Wizarding challenges during this time frame. So if you can't find anyone else, still get out there and do those challenges. You'll be getting more XP out of it. Now, they still haven't gotten very specific on how much exactly you're going to be getting, but basically, if you are playing with a friend, if you're playing with one friend, you're going to be getting twice the normal XP or more, as they say. So does that mean that with one friend you get 2 times, and with 2 friends you get 2.2 times, and with 3 friends you get 2.5 times? I don't know. But you'll be getting at least 2 times the XP if you have one friend with you. And as you increase your size larger, you'll be getting more XP, it sounds like. And it doesn't have to be a friend. So I don't know exactly how that works into it. You know, is a non-friend worth 50% of what a friend is worth? My suggestion is become friends when you get together. Everyone in the group become friends and then do your challenges together. That way you get the best chance of getting the most XP out of this. Now, you normally get a challenge XP increase when you have friends in there, and so having it double that means it's going to be a good chunk. And so with 4 friends in a fortress, with 5 of you all together, you could be seeing 4 times the normal XP coming out of this, or more, as it says. And that is huge, especially for those of you who are running into the red book problem. Getting that challenge XP gets you red books faster. And we're going to need those because we're coming up on the next Brilliant event, which I'll be talking about here in a little bit. Then the whole bottom section here has to do with healing potions. This is the kind of the side gig of this event. Everyone's going to be focusing on getting your challenge XP, but there's also this thing about brewing potions. Not only will they be 50% faster, so brewing a normal healing potion will be 50% faster. So rather than being 2 hours, it'll only be 1 hour during the period. Well, great, you can make 3 out of that time. But also, all potions brewed in the rental cauldron will be 33% faster. So if it's 50% faster and then 33% faster, that means a 40-minute brew time for your healing potion. And then on top of that, if you put in master notes, you'll get twice as much of a benefit from that. So rather than 15%, you'll now have another 30%. So then that 40-minute window gets knocked down even farther. So this is huge. If you're brewing things in the rental cauldron, you can put them out very quickly and with very, very few coins. So we're talking like 4 or 5 coins per potion with the master notes in the rented cauldron. Now this does mean you'll be able to brew 6 to 8 of them in that time frame. But if you get close to the end and you don't have enough time to go back in and do another challenge, before the time frame runs out, you can spend coins to speed up the process, and you can buy a lot of these healing potions for almost nothing. So this is one of the big things when you get close to the end of the time frame. Go ahead and start brewing your potions in your rented cauldron and paying to spin them up faster, and you'll be getting them far, far, far cheaper than you normally would. If you do have those extra coins, this is a fantastic way to use them. So the game plan for this, everyone get around a fortress. You're probably going to want to find the big fortress in your area. I'm going to have a particular fortress that has 3 inns right on it, so you can stand there and have 3 inns so you can constantly be recharging energy. You don't have to think about that. And then there's several other inns just with a couple steps away we can go to as well. A lot of people are saying go out to the sponsored fortresses, and yes, a sponsored fortress would be a better place. But one of the problems with sponsored fortresses is you rarely have other inns around your Cricket or your AT&T store. But if you do have a sponsored mall around you, one of the Simon's malls, you can find a fortress in there where you probably will have a few other sponsored inns around you. So if you have a sponsored mall around you, that may be the place to go, not to mention it's air conditioned. In my particular place, we're planning on having around 15 to 20 people there. That means we're going to have 3 or 4 different challenge groups going at all times. Some people will want to focus on lower levels. What you're basically going to want to do is focus on the highest level that you can do without using potions. So the level that you can grind through. So for me, I'm going to be doing Tower Chamber 2, Tower Chamber 3, and I'm going to try and find 4 other people that are about that same level where they can grind those with me. And that way you can get through chambers very quickly without using a lot of resources, and you can get all these benefits. The higher the chamber you go, the more rewards you get. Now, the higher the chamber you go, the longer it's going to take. And so that's why you don't want to go too high, because if you start going too high, then the particular foes take longer and you're not being able to knock them out as quickly. I know a lot of people are going to be grinding on level 1 through level 3 runes, and that is going to be a great way to go very, very quickly because you can pump those out in 1 minute to 2 minutes each. I'm sure there will be a few people in our group that are just playing for the fun of trying to go up as high as they possibly can. So we'll probably do a couple challenges where we are going into Dark Chamber 4, Dark Chamber 5, and trying to push that boundary as high as we can get it. But with all that being said, the goal of this whole thing is the community. Have fun. And this is one of the places where Wizards Unite really shines. If you haven't had a chance to do a group challenge, you've got to do it because they are so much fun to figure out the strategy and who does what, and how do you help each other out, and how the different professions really work together. It is a phenomenal way to play the game and a lot of fun. Now, on top of all that, we also got some more news. There is another brilliant event coming just around the corner. And if you've opened up your app recently, you may have noticed that it is happening in 4 days, or right now it's like 3.5 days. Or by the time the community day rolls around for me, it will end up being 3 days. And because it is back to school season, of course, it is going to be Back to Hogwarts Brilliant Event. And it's going to be another 2-parter, just like the last one with Harry Potter. So we're expecting them to work the exact same way. In the first event, it will be the normal. There's things that you can find in the field, things you have to complete assignments, things you get in Portkeys, and other things that you have to do challenges for. You complete all of those and you can fill out your registry page. Then in the second half, you'll still be able to get some of the foundables you find in the wild. You'll still be able to do your Portkeys that you got during the early one, but you'll still need to get more new Portkeys from the later one in order to finish those. So it's going to take a lot of that same planning. You may have seen the picture in the app, and it's kind of exciting. I'm looking forward to the whole platform 9 3/4 and then the gates of Hogwarts. If we come over here to Jibs Entertainment, this is one of the places where I get a lot of information, and usually they're one of the fastest to get information out. If something has recently been put out, it'll be up there with a lot of other details, so definitely follow them on here. One of the cool things we're seeing on this is we have 4 brilliant students, and so you normally have these 4 that are regulars. We're going to have 4 different things spawning in the wild, so we'll have the Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff, Slytherin, and Gryffindor students that will be brilliant. So rather than having 1 or 2 brilliants that are popping up on the map over and over and over again, there'll be 4, and so this should make it a little bit easier and a little bit more common to find things. We're also expecting the Hogwarts Express to be in the challenges, as that's where we can normally get it. And the other 3 we don't know about yet. That's the Express Conductor, the Trolley, and then the Candy Trolley Witch. For the second week, this should be a lot of fun because we have a brilliant Thestral. And Thestral, they do pop up on the map occasionally, but they are a little more rare. And so it'll be kind of fun to see these a little more brilliant. And then we'll also see the Sorting Hat, which you can find the Sorting Hat wild, but you can also get it in Portkeys. So we're kind of expecting them to follow the same thing, that you can get that in the wild and Portkey as well, just like the regular one. And then the rest of them we'll find out later. The Gargoyle, the Sign, the Carriage, and the Boat. This is going to be a lot of fun. I will be doing a more detailed video on the Brilliant event once we know what are in all of the assignments and everything that's going on there. This should be a lot of fun because there are lots of other things on the map rather than just a golden snitch over and over and over and over again. Oh, look, a Hedwig, a golden snitch over and over and over again. So I'm looking forward to Community Day. I have a lot of plans, and this is going to be a crazy amount of fun. I'd love to hear your stories. What are you planning on? And don't forget to put your pictures up online with hashtag WizardsUnite or Community Day. I'm looking forward to seeing what all you've got out there. So I think that'll about do it for today. If you did like this, please hit like, comment, share, subscribe, ring the bell. All those things really do help me out. Thank you for that. Also, if you want to become a patron on Patreon and help support this channel and get a little bit of say into how things go and what videos I'm putting out, I'll leave a link to Patreon down below. That's about it for now. And until next time, have a magical day. If there were 2 of these, I would say there was a community frog. Let's see what's inside. Hopefully it's something fun. Ooh! Ooh, Gilderoy Lockhart. I've only gotten one other of him. This is the second one I've gotten. So this is probably the rarest card between him and Dumbledore. This is the second one. So if you want to get this one, I'll be giving this away at FanFest. Lockhart.